Daytime, the time where we humans, as well as a majority of living organisms, are in their most active. The time where we do the majority of our day-to-day work. The supernatural is one of the last things we think when we think of daytime in this modern era, as some, if not most of them, are associated with the night. Despite that, supernatural beings can be nocturnal and diurnal in nature. Such are the case of some of the demons within the Megaten franchise, with one of them who happen to be somewhat associated with it, despite of their limited accounts of their existence, will be in this episode's highlight. So welcome once again to the Demon Compendium, and for this daytime episode, we will take a look at obscure legends behind the light-blue familiar of the daytime jar, Agathion. Agathion is one of the well-known demons within the franchise thanks to their multiple appearances, which despite the fact that they are mostly minor in terms of roles and their background is relatively obscured, they are able to get in the spotlight multiple times. So before we can look at the many appearances of this familiar, we should first dive deep into the history behind Agathion. Based on the limited sources that I get to see, Agathion is a type of familiar, supernatural companion, or guardians who assist witches and occult practitioners in their endeavors. There are mostly obscure variety of familiars with their only defining traits that I see in my research is that 1. They are either only be summoned or being at their strongest either in the day or in the midday. 2. Is that they can be sealed in talisman, bottles, pots, and rings. And finally, there have been no consensus on their physical appearances and change forms from humanoid to bestial, even going as far as to change their sizes. Either way, they, alongside the many types and variety of familiars, are employed by those who practice the occult. While they have little to no info about them specifically, they do appear on occasion on popular media, the well-known example being the Agathion in Dungeons & Dragons, which make them angelic guardians who like to shape-shift into animalistic humanoids. First debuted in Devil Summoners, their main design is that of a light blue, gremlin-like familiar with orange-ish red eyes with cat-like pupils, emerging from a golden jar with a Star of David engraved on it and a robe tied on it. Admittedly, not really something too notable to say here, aspect of the aforementioned symbol, since it could be a reference to their possible origin in Abrahamic folklore. Overall, a relatively simple yet cute design that gets the job done. Their devil children design, however, opt to make them more cutesy, genie-like in appearance, and unlike their mainline design, it also shows their body out of the jar, which opt to have archaic design. Personally, I find this particular design to be adorable, though it's hard to decide whether this or the mainline design would be the better design overall. Gameplay-wise, there are members of the Yoma race in most of their appearances, only changing to being part of the Hunt race in their appearance in Devil's Survivor 2, while they are consistently part of the alternate race in the Devil Children series. Intriguingly enough, there are kind of changes in their multiple appearances in the Persona series, with the first appearing as a demon of the Star Arcana in Persona 2 Duology, and later becoming a summonable persona of the Magician Arcana in the Persona Q Duology, and finally becoming members of the Chariot Arcana in Persona 5 and its re-release. Being also a member of the Wolf Order in Waido Kuzunoha sub-series, they are almost always low-level magic-based attackers who are specialized in electric attacks, though some of them have specialize in fire attacks instead, or having both as their elements. Speaking of the Vault Order, there's a particular side quest in Raido Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army that involves an Agathion found in Dark Sukudocho, who in exchange for a bag that you collected through luring them with sweets, give you a valuable item that can be sold at a high price. Speaking of side quests, another Agathion, this time in Shin Megami Tensei 5, gives the player a quest in eliminating multiple demons, and upon completing it, they will give the player their own essence for you to use. Another side quest where they get involved in is in the same game, when you have to defeat an Apsaras who happen to be rallying demons up to her side. There, she will be always accompanied with multiple Agathions and must be defeated together in order to complete this side quest. For a demon with limited accounts, Agathion has a ton of appearances in the franchise and has become a bit of a staple among its roster of demons. Ranging from their simplistic design and early appearances in each game they appear in, they become a memorable part of the franchise. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this demon? Do you think we may be able to see them again in the later installment of the franchise? What information do I miss, and what information is downright wrong? Tell me down in the comment section below, and see you guys in the next video. Farewell and have a nice day to all of you.